being responded with Syndra. And so that will be Keen up there in the top lane. He's gonna...
Here we go, okay. Over the wall, Keen does have flash, but he knows he's dead. That was a risk.
Unable to throw his Q.
Here we go again. Q lands on a Keen. He doesn't have Aftershock this time, but he's still going to help out on the kill. Is not going to be able to survive
beautiful
here.
movement.
Okay,
blocking
nice try.
Twid.
Yeah, Tread able to pick that one up.
Teddy is electing into the Iceborne Gauntlet, but the only real threat of...
Look at Faker. He's trying to go 1v2 and bait that one out, but the flash knockup comes in, and Clid is late, but it doesn't matter. He cataclysms the clone as Faker gets away. Dread super low now. Faker trying to come back. The Q is gonna miss, and Teddy coming in. The chains are gonna land, and Faker dodges it again, as you can't lock him down at all. Faker gonna set up the play for 2 kills. Go the way here of Keen and friends. Up on the top side, Faker nearby, but Son Keen. Chains are gonna go wide, but the flash in from Khan. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. The Mimic chain. The difference is palpable. This early game rise, Keen now 0-4. All of a sudden, it feels. First turret goes down to Teddy. Kelly almost dies.
He's getting
on
everything.
The backside. We know who's gonna win that fight. It is going to obviously go the way of Teddy.
That is
one out of Sun to discourage Faker from going any farther, as everything will be able to take this out as well.
Gonna be another turret going over the way of SK Telecom, as usually base levels can equate to almost a ruby crystal of value.
But, well, we have the insane poke that's coming out. Even Lee Sin's getting in the fun here as Faker popping over the wall. And you mentioned this kind of mid-game.
There are very few times I've actually gotten to see Zoe, Jace, and Ezreal all share a team.
Yeah.
And Jhin and Xerath were so popular.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Azir. That was a poke. That was a poke to behold.
Fun days.
Oh, those were some very... Let's take a look at his stat line. Of course he has.
Oh, he has redemption though.
Point now though. Oh.
Okay, this is one way to try to start a fight, as they're gonna get on top of Tom Kent's here. Mata gonna be forced to flash, but they just expended so much to get on. Oh, the double flash! They want Teddy so much, but they can't get him because the kick comes in, and Faker comes from behind. Look at that burst damage, but Faker now gotta be careful. He's gonna be able to get away. Keen in not the best spot, but nice scatter the weak there from Sun to help out against Khan. The poking begins again, but they're trying to stop it here. They want to get somebody.
Teddy!
Finally can get the Tom Kents. The ult comes in, but a stopwatch. And look at Teddy. He was never in danger the entire fight.
For the Syndra or the Rise to bring down the Ezreal.
Oh, and take a look at this. They're looking for Keen now, as they didn't even need Tom Kent. Clean as a whistle there from the side of SKT.
Syndra trying to push out the wave in top lane, but Khan.
Khan's getting cocky.
Yeah.
You can feel it. But is it going to matter? Doesn't seem that way. It's even 4-on-4.
Rise has teleported.
Okay.
So we'll have to see.
They're really have to deal with that one, but Teddy once again, he's getting back on his horse.
Getting on his catfish.
There we go. Faker too, with the 1-2 punch QR straight to the face of Dread, I think it was.
It's nice to see a little bit of innovation at least starting to make its way to Korea. Faker!
Oh boy, Faker, what have you gotten yourself into? Aiming to do damage, otherwise there's no point. But he lost half his health bar immediately just to one shock blast.
That might actually just be all she wrote, even though it's a 4v5.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter. They're missing so much HP.
Yeah. Just wrapping his hand around them. And so
Airy
goes down to Airy. Oh, that poor Lulu. And now it's SKT's Baron if they want it. And they're absolutely going to start it.
Airy wanted picks for himself. That's what was going on there.
You know, after the TP2, there you go. And Khan's looking for more. Going for the dunk. He's going 1v3 too, and Vada's there to the rescue with the flash. SKT just styling on them tonight. Faker going for the flash too. Double flash over here from Afreeca. Trying to get that follow-up kill, and aiming does a lot of damage, but it just doesn't matter. As Khan is coming in from behind, flash into the backside. And poor Keen, you're dead again, as SKT putting on a masterclass here in game number 1.
And that's going to definitely be all that they wrote. Jelly. Yeah, he's holding down the board.
Nah.
No, Jelly.
Oh, you got a kill.
You got a kill.
Oh.
You got 2 kills.
Oh, okay. That's good. You redeemed yourself.
Yeah, he improved his KDA.
Guys, the game isn't over yet.
Incapable of being held down, but instead we're actually going to get to see Faker's Azir.
Whoever Alistar goes on, if you're fast enough. And, well, here's Glid again. He's got Smite. He's going to get the kill, probably. Dread going to be forced to flash this one. Does he even do it is the question. He's going to repel first. Is the timing there?
Oh,
yes, it is. Dread is going to make his way down, but who's chasing who as Glid is coming in? They want to turn this around. Oh, it's going to land on a Jelly as the repel gets the Lulu, or rather the Morgana killed. Still reliving.
SK Telecom, as they prevent that freeze from being able to be executed by Afreeca.
Ooh, Smite is going to go the way of Dread this time as Klid. Looks like he got a little bit. Just continue with the pressure. And the next one's going to be Infernal, so if they can roll a good lane, Alistar can do in this lane. As Faker going to get flashed on here. He's got Klid nearby, but I have news for you. Tilia's pretty fast, but how about Khan from the top side? Heal and flash going to be expended, but Khan doesn't give a damn. Going to shut him down and pick up his second kill of the game as okay, Dread. You're looking to get fancy on the right side. Nice positioning from Dread to be here at the same time. But
that's a deep TP.
The TP, they probably did not see this, and Afreeca could be baited into a massive fight. Dread is going to be knocked back and forth, and that guy, okay, trying to get on the top side, but he's not going to get away. But the wall is fantastic here from Sun to take Khan out on the bottom side. That means that he
down there in bottom, but now Afreeca.
Look at the pressure here.
They picked
we made jokes about Keen being sarcastic towards aiming, getting the first pick Kalista, but he's got the most farm in the game, and now he's got an Infernal Drake, and Faker is going towards the fight. He's going to get blasted out of this universe. I mean, that doesn't even include the turret that was taken first, and the second one up here. Rift Herald. And now it's Dread. Seemingly alone. Does have a Talia coming in. Is the bait real? Khan trying his best with the Hex Drinker. Marma, Mortius even, but it's not going to be enough.
And it's really hard for me to imagine how an SKT.
Ooh, nice play from Sun. Able to get on in there. Gunblade finish for Keen. And with the wall and SKT out of position, that means that another turret falls.
Probably wouldn't believe it. As everything is just going Afreeca's way after the early game debacle.
Okay, and once again, Khan's going to be in a really rough spot. Jelly able to land that ultimate, and she's going to get out of range there of the turret. Trying to counter up in the top side. Good pick here from Klid. Means that they will hand over that kill to Teddy. Get a little zoom in there, as once again, that is kind of SKT's way back into this one alongside Faker.
It's a very bizarre trade. They might end up giving up the Baron. Oh
yeah.
No.
Looks like it. I mean, there's no way they can get there on time. Look at all the pings. It's almost like they didn't even calculate this. They're saying, oh no, we got to get in there. They're running past turrets.
Valdez.
It's going to go down. There you go. They don't even have to spite it, as Clint didn't even
raise the bottom tier 1 without a minion wave. It would be a little bit difficult to do any more than that. 2000.
Oh boy, here we go again. Faker is going to be knocked up. No flash, no escape, and no life. He is going to go down. His aiming finds another. This guy is 4-0-1 right now. The Kalista pain train continues. Oh, good finding. Make it an interesting game. Imagine if SKT just got ahead. As Keen coming on in here. Now we're engaging onto Jelly. Bit of damage going the way.
Fight.
Okay, Khan versus Keen in the bottom side. Not even sure who wins that one. Looking the way of Keen so far. And now they're going on to Mata. This is what I was saying. They caught him.
Teddy.
They're going to do it well, but Teddy able to come in here and assassinate one guy on the main with that invisibility. So they are able to trade it back 1-for-1, and Afreeca will concede the Ocean Drake.
Give up the Ocean Drake. Cloud will be.
For a second, I'm like, there's no way that's a fourth Ocean. What? I can't believe my eyes.
The game bugs out for a second. It's so
like,
excited.
What?
Oh, man.
Oh, Keen. He's getting baited. He doesn't have the damage, but he does touch. The Ember's Divine is now Khan's going back in, but the chip damage is too much. 400 gold to the Azir in the mid lane.
And the game is looking like it's starting to slip away from Afreeca. That's going to be another turret falling. Faker, level 15, although Sun did just hit it himself. Top tier 2 turret looking like it will fall, as Aiming makes his way up to the top side.
Lease also in that spider form with the attack speed.
It looks like he's...
This is the epitome of this composition, but actually nothing lands. It still doesn't matter. As seeing the second.
Yeah, there's no way.
In, the wall comes in, and it doesn't look like Clint unless he gets the miracle steal. Absolutely not. He's not going to be able to. They're trying to get on top of Keen, though. They knock him out of the shroud.
They should have Keen.
Okay, they get Keen, and the flash on in is going to get a double flash, but take a look at Teddy. Do they have enough CC to get onto this bait?
Teddy got jelly.
I don't think so. Teddy able to pick up one. Clint able to help out there. Great
down.
side.
As they're continuing to shove on, they raise yet another turret. Now they're looking for Dread.
Where are you at?
They found him.
Well, they found the Elise, but okay.
Oh, can Teddy actually get on him? Teddy has flash.
Okay, the shock blast was a little bit far, but the flash comes in. They want to get on top of Dread here. The immediate cleanse says no, and Teddy is going to be able to shut down the spider.
And now Clid, he's going to get this Clown Drake, and that will end up spawning the Elder Dragon, which is another major... Oh, unless Ken Jelly and Lock of the Iron Solari completed now. On the side of SK Telecom, Afreeca has to be really careful in these fights now.
Here comes Faker from behind, but take a look at Aiming. Take a look at Aiming already getting that poke down with the TP. Coming on in to kick, but Clint not able to do much. Look at Sun on the top side going down, but Aiming with the GA going 1v2 on the bottom side. Takes out 2, but Teddy is still alive. It's the battle of the 80 carries, but the Baron buff seems to be too strong in this one as Afreeca are continuing to push.
It looks like actually Afreeca want to try to end the game here against SKT. Instead, Aiming gonna hop his way over to the bottom inhibitor. And will SK Telecom try to save it?
Doesn't look like they can. They're so scared of Aiming. He's got GA, he's got Bloodthirster.
Reliance on them a little bit more than SK Telecom does.
Oh, what is this?
Clid.
It's a scuttle crab. That's huge. I mean, it goes tanking it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just getting in there first. I mean, he's got so much life steal at this point. Anyway, play the Rune King Bloodthirster. He's got a shield. He has GA, and Baker's not there with the team just yet, as they may have just leashed
That's a lot of poke.
Okay. Going to be restarted here. Might just come down.
Kalista can't get enough Ren stack.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to. It's going to come down to the smite. Look at the damage going the way of Afreeca, and it's going to go to SKT.
SK Telecom, man. They're going to get the Baron now to Teddy.
Oh, Teddy.
Oh, that's really
fast. Mata and Clid are nearby, but the Ren set coming on in. Doesn't look like it's going to be on time. Can Clid get the miracle steal? He's going to get it against Rens. How does he do it? And how does Aiming not get the Baron?
And he managed to live too.
Oh, man.
They have Elder for 1 more minute and the Baron. Khan's going to go back. And this is such a turn of events.
Unbelievable.
SK Telecom now barreling down mid.
Yeah.
30 seconds still remaining on the Elder Dragon. Weaver's Wall trying to hold them off as long as possible. The wave in mid lane is still far
really
away.
Fast. Keen on the Akali is not really that kind of pick. Although he does have the TP, there are no wards in there, no minions are pushing in either. So
Still a minute remaining on this Baron.
Yeah.
Aiming does a pretty good job at clearing out the wave. Faker having to be forced to retreat a little bit. Clid trying to get level 18 perhaps on the right-hand side. Not sure what his XP bar is at. Tapping these Baron minions as well. Sun taking way too much damage.
We called them the team of super squishies, and now they're going up against Vayne and Azir that are here. Going to be able to use his Shuriken to get back to the Shroud. Nicely done.
Dread!
Take a look at Dread. He's like, okay.
He's on a mission. That's Spider-Woman. She's trying to do whatever she possibly can. Faker had enough of that, though.
Yep. Faker is going to get cocooned. Does have cleanse himself, and it looks like Eldritch is going to be given over to SKT meanwhile. Faker not going to pursue. Won't be using his flash to catch the Elise. They'll just bank on a 5 minutes Elder buff.
It's an all right duration. Valdez.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Afreeca were like, yeah, let's go ahead and look for a pickup here. They were looking for Faker as they see him in the mid lane. They're like, well, the Gambit's up.
I think what they were maybe hoping to do is mid lane.
He's just saying, you know, you guys can have the Baron. I'm not going to get anywhere near it. Smite was early, by the way, this time around.
I think Afreeca
herself might just not be able to burst down one person all alone. It's going to come down to this.
Amada!
Oh, he almost got him. There
but
it
Jelly!
is. Jelly's going in. Not sure about that Spade's call. And that, well, that doesn't look good. As another seismic shell comes in and disappears. And there's no chance. Now they have Teddy in the backside. They had one shot, one opportunity. And this is exactly what they're going to get. It's going to be the death. And somehow SKT are going to come back in a crazy fiery game number 2. Was the 2-0, but man, recommend this one to your friends. What a game this was. Down to 45 minutes. SKT come back and take down the Nexus a second time.
And what a heroic turn of events as well. And it all came from that extremely decisive call to get the Baron.
Yeah.
That's where everything went downhill. And if you're Sun, you probably feel terrible right now. The Sun ain't shining for Afreeca.
Yeah.
Sun wasn't shining a lot today. There was a lot of ocean drakes, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of rain, a lot of clouds. But, man, oh man, SKT, things got a little bit shaky, especially that early game. Don't forget that they kind of got bopped in the bottom lane. And that Kalista was looking super scary, so this was the last game of the regular season, and it does mean that some studying can be done before we do get into playoffs. And with this game, by the way, SKT is going to secure second place, whereas Afreeca going it over to G-Sun for the interview.
Thank you very much. SK Telecom picked up 2-0 victory today, locking into second place of the spring split, and we're going to be joined by Teddy and Cliff for the MVP interview. Congratulations, it was a long game. Second place of the regular split was a nice result, right? I'm really happy that we locked in the second place, and it was a 2-0 game. It was a clean win, so I'm really happy. What about you, Clid? How was spring split for you? Well, I can't say our performance was perfect, speaking of today, but I'm really happy that we ended the spring split in second place. I can't say today was a very decisive day. What did you prepare for today? Nothing really special, just as usual. We were doing what we used to do, and we were just doing our best. So let's talk about Ezreal first. So Ezreal cannot go with double tier build now, so you went with the CDR build. This is the item build that I used to go back in the days. So yeah, because I wasn't able to build up the Seraph, so I just went with the build that I used to play, the CDR build. Well, I have tried the Luden's Echo and also the GLP, so I think they're not really good, so I think the CDR build is the best.
일단 저 템트리 가려면은 적 팀에 AP가 좀 있어야 되긴 해요.
So the item build that I want today needs a lot of AP damage dealers in the opponents.
자, 1세트에서 탑에서 여러 가지 상황이 많은 그런 상황에서
There were a lot of things happening in the top lane. What was going on in the bot lane at the same time? Well, if I just play 50-50 in the laning phase, I knew that I will be able to carry the game, so I was feeling comfortable.
이런 얘기도 있었는데요. 그런 장면들이 참 많았어요. 여러 가지 준비가 돼 있는데 저희가 그
So we have some of the highlights here. Let's go through it together.
팀원들과 오늘 합도 정말 좋았고요.
The poke on Azrael was really strong.
천천히 포킹을 가자 했는데
We said let's just slowly poke them.
저희가 스킬샷 다잘 맞춰가지고
We were landing all my skill shots, so we were able to win that fight.
저 팀이 갑자기 확 들어오더라고요.
But Dreads just went back in, so I was a little bit surprised, but we were still having a cool head and we were able to kind of react to that.
1, 2세트 다 리신이 열렸는데요.
And Clid, you played Listen today, and they also opened the Listen for 2 games in a row. Is that their mistake? Not really. I mean, I had a lot of mistakes today, so I cannot say that it was a bad decision to open my Listen. Well, you were contributing a lot to the top lane, and then you just started to play around the bot lane, so what kind of it went back and forth? Well, game 1 there were a lot of offensive picks in the top lane, but game 2 it was Elise and Talia, so I knew that they were going to try a lot of turret types, so I just want to be going more defensively.
일단은 코치님이 선택지를
So,
아니, 저희가 선택지를
we have a few options
고를 수 있었는데
from the coaching
다른
staff,
것도 있었는데 그냥 저희가 베인 알리 하고 싶어가지고 베인 알리.
but we wanted to go with the Vayne and Alyssa composition, so that's why we played Vayne and Alyssa.
처음에 좀 많이 맞았지만 뭐.
Well, we didn't like punched a lot in the early games, but we knew that in the late phase of the game, we were able to fight back, so I was quite confident. And we had this big steal from Listen. Well, they actually had Kalista and Liz, so how were you able to pull that off? Well, the teammates told me to let's just try team fight, but I just wanted to try a steal, but it was really lucky. And it was also very late phase of the game, so I had a huge damage, so I was able to kind of steal that Baron. After that, you went to the Elder Dragon, and the game's momentum went to the SK Telecom side. Thank you. So, how are who are you expecting to face at the playoffs? There are a lot of strong teams, so I cannot make any expectations. It's really hard to guess. What about you, Teddy? Any guess? Same with Clid. It's really hard to guess. And how are you going to prepare for the playoffs? Just as usual, getting rid of our mistakes, focusing on our own roles. But you have a long term until your next series to come up. How are you going to prepare during that long vacation? There won't be any competitive games for a long term, so I'll do my best to keep my guards. I'm just going to do my best to keep my concentration on. There are a lot of fans out here in the arena. Any message for them?
항상 감사드리고
Thank you always. Thank you for coming to support us. Thank you. That was a very concise one. And Clid, you want to add on to that? I mean, it was rainy today, but I'm really happy that a lot of fans showed up to support us. So we're going to try our best to keep playing at our best performance. We're going to miss you guys at SK Telecom. So hope you guys can practice a lot during your long break, and we'll see you at the playoffs. Thank you. This will be the end of the interview with Teddy and Clid from SK Telecom.
Close to the chest as they'll put it out there on the rift when the time does come. As here you have it, guys. We do have our playoffs set, but not quite our relegations just yet.
Yeah, relegations